Hey, Tubies. This is Bob Hickman. It is so good to be back with you. Well, you guys have been just awesome all week. You've been coming out to all my videos and supporting them and really enjoying them. And I've enjoyed doing this. And I like doing a daily video. I tell you, I think it's getting addictive. And I don't know if you guys want to see me 7 days a week, but I'm having fun. I'll tell you that. And I hope you guys are too. And I want to say thank you to all of you who came out to my last video, which was on the magic of gemstones. And I hope that you'll keep watching. Just so you know, tomorrow we're going to do another video that's on the magic of the sapphire. This is one of my sapphires. I'm going to talk about this wonderful magical stone tomorrow. It's going to get its own video, so be here tomorrow for that. But I'm so glad you're here. Your letters have been coming in. You guys write the most wonderful letters. So profound, your questions. I love it. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. But before we do that, let's just take a moment and attune to the spirit world. All right. I hear my old spirit guide Fletcher back here. He's always jabber-jawing in my ear. Anyways, we're going to look at the letters here. I got to put on my glasses because you know Psychic Bob's getting blind and old. Anyways, our first letter tonight is from Vixen Violet. And she says, Dear Psychic Bob, do you have any messages for me? Well, hello, Vixen. You know, I think you just had a birthday, didn't you? Well, I want to say happy birthday to you. Blessings. Yeah, in regards to messages for you, I just want to step into your vibration a moment. Give me just a second. You know, I get around you. It's amazing. I get a lot of purple light here. This means that you're connecting to the spirit world. And I feel like your gifts of spirit communication are really picking up, and you have a very strong gift of clairvoyance here. I want you to watch the month of December. I feel like December for you is kind of a real kind of what I'm going to call a balancing time. That's where you come into a greater place of emotional balance and emotional peace. And I do feel around you that this power, this purple light, is protecting you. It's interesting because when I go back over like the last 2 years here, I feel like around you there have been a lot of earthbound spirits, negative entities who have kind of been taking energy from you. And I feel like your power is growing to where you're not going to feel that so much now. And you're going to start operating with a greater sense of ease and a greater sense of peace. So I want you to keep working on meditation, keep working on prayer, and I want you particularly to visualize the purple light that's around you, and that's your auric energy. And as you get more familiar with that, that will raise that power, and you'll start to see smoother transitions here. And I feel like in the new year, there's some improvement in the financial area around you as well. So everything is moving towards a greater sense of balance and progress. Okay? Blessings to you. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Kim Carrick. And Kim writes and says, Dear Psychic Bob, I have been seeing the number sequence of 1111 for quite a number of years. Can you comment on this? Yeah, you know, Kim, that's a really good number. I love numbers. I'm a big fan of numerology, and I do believe there are messages in numbers. 1111 is a number that has two meanings. One is it indicates what is now, what are you focusing on right now? It's kind of a symbol that says, pay attention, be in the moment. And this is a number that kind of reminds us not to kind of get too far ahead or not to dwell in the past. 1111 means right here, right now, what's your issue? Focus on it, and there's power present for that. Interestingly, it's a mirror image, 1111, and it also indicates focusing on your higher self. It means looking literally in the mirror and taking stock of yourself. I feel like around you that this number has been a sign for you during a period of a lot of personal growth, where you've kind of cleared house, made your own inner peace, And that number means that in your case. 1111 also are numbers that deal with partnership. Generally, 2 is the partnership number, but in this case, we have, in a sense, 11 and 11. It's a double number. It's a 2 and a 2, which also talks about issues of partnership. So I feel like for you, this number also indicates issues connected to working on relationships and being in partnership. And I feel like that's a really positive sign, meaning that your energy in that area is growing and will continue to grow. So pay attention, be attuned, and let others be part of your journey. Hope that helps. Good, very good question. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Frances Watson. And she writes, it says, "Hi, Psychic Bob. I would like to know what psychic abilities I have and what I can do to better control them." Hi, Frances. You know, hon, I have to tell you, when I step into your vibration, I literally get voices around you. And I almost feel like they're so strong, like people in the room with you may at times hear them or hear whisperings. You have some physical mediumship ability. And I feel like for you, like, you know, it's like that power, it comes in waves around you. And it's almost like when your emotions rise, that power rises, and like boom, 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 light bulbs blow out, or your computer fizzles out. And what that is, that's a sign of physical mediumship power. Physical mediumship is a rarer form of mediumship, but this is a mediumship where, for example, you go into trance and spirits literally around you pull power out of your body and use it to manifest. So these are what we call the old trumpet seances or dark room seances. And it's a combination of your power, your own inner power, and the spirit's power. So you have kind of an energy where you actually have a power that can be released, and it can at times create physical manifestations. And at the same time, spirits can take that and use that. So I would like you to explore physical mediumship and how you control that. That's a good question. You really have to work on grounding and centering yourself. I would really try to avoid particularly being around any electrical objects or appliances when you don't feel balanced, because you're just asking for disaster. I had a client once, they bought a brand new blender. You know, like some of these blenders, I tell you, I'm not a kitchen person, but I tell you, I've looked at some of them. Some are like $300, you know, these high dollar blenders. I had a client who bought a blender, and literally right after she bought it, she had a very strong emotional experience. She destroyed her brand new blender, and I don't think she was able to get the money back on it for some reason. But you know, it can be expensive, this sort of thing. So you want to think about grounding yourself down. I wouldn't touch the computer. I wouldn't touch electrical outlet. I wouldn't touch anything unless you're in a centered state. And I wouldn't even go in a car, really, because you could blow out your engine or your electrical system. If you have power steering, it could turn really ugly. Not that it will. I'm not saying that I see that, but I do know that you have enough power to generate that. So that's important. Once you ground it, then you'll be able to have rapport with the spirits. I would encourage you also to do some sitting, some meditation in a dark room, preferably one with literally no windows or lights, like a bathroom or a basement that may have no windows, or a closet, something where you can get in darkness and not be disturbed. This will allow you to build up your connection with that energy, and you will start to get physical manifestations such as voices, or you might see lights. But that's definitely where your power lies. And anyways, I'm probably going to do another video. I did some videos in the past on this, but I think it's time to revisit that. So we'll probably go into that some more here soon. But I like your question. I hope that helps. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Kristen Waters. Hello, Kristen. Good to see you. She's a buddy of mine over on Instagram. By the way, you can join my Instagram as well. I do updates there also every day. And I'll put the link below. On Instagram, it's just Psychic Bob is my name. All one word. Okay, Kristen writes and she says, "Dear Bob, I would like to learn more about my spirit guides and how I can work in communicating with them. Very good questions. Well, you know, around you, I pick up some Native American spirits. I feel that they literally walk your land. I don't think they're troubled, but I do think they kind of guide you and protect you and look out for you. Um, I also get here around you another spirit. I keep getting a monk around you. I feel there's an Irish monk from the Middle Ages. And I think he's drawn to your practice of magic. I think when he was alive, he had an interest in magic. But I keep getting the name. It sounds like he's a brother. And I want to call him like Brother Seamus. Brother Seamus, an Irish name. But he's around you as well. And how do you communicate? Well, you know, communicating with spirits takes, like I was saying to Francis Watson before, you got to ground that energy down, be centered, and then you open to communication. So I would encourage you to try to sit every day at the same time for meditation. Don't try to rush it. Just take 5 or 10 minutes. Just really go into that place of peace. And then as you do that, you'll feel the presences around you more, and you just talk to them. So you could say, Brother Seamus, help me with the magic spell, or you know, would you like to look at my books on magic? And maybe just get a book and put it out when you're meditating, and invite your guide to look at it. Guides, you know, you have to remember, guides are people too. So in spirit, they still have all the likes and interests that they do on earth. So you may get a sense one day, you know, while you're meditating, like, you know, one of your Native American spirits, maybe they just love, tobacco, or maybe they just love, a certain type of food. Well, you could prepare that food and put it out as an offering. See, spirit people, they have emotions and they get touched by our generosity. So I would encourage you, reach out to them, share your time, share your energy. And the important thing is, be consistent in your meditation. You have to understand, when you want to work with spirits, they have a schedule too. You know, a lot of us think, oh, well, they'll just come when I call. But, you know, spirits have a whole life over in the spirit world. My spirit guide, Rose, tells me she goes to parties and she goes shopping and she decorates her house. All that happens. So if I need her, you know, I'll give her advance notice. I'll say, hey, Rose, tomorrow I'm going to have a seance. Would you come? You know, and so I invite her. For those of you who are new here, I did a seance earlier this week. Look through my videos back on Saturday. And, you know, what people don't know is I actually asked Rose to come earlier that day. I said, Rose, I want to have a seance. Will you please come, or bring anybody that wants to speak tonight? And she did come through. I was very fortunate. So you want to ask them to be present, okay? That will help you establish that connection. Hope that helps. Blessings. All right, our next letter is from IB Mamo. And IB Mamo says, do you see any money coming my way soon? Also, do I have any psychic abilities? Hello, IB Mamo. I want you to watch here. It's around end of December. I see transition around you. I feel that there's an opportunity. Somebody wants you to work with them. Maybe a transition in a work area around end of December. It may interestingly be an offer that starts part-time, but I see it in January evolving to a full-time position. So I want you to be open to change around the end of December, and you'll see in January how that strengthens. As far as psychic abilities, you know, you have an empathic ability. You sense vibrations around you, and you sense particularly people's emotions. So like somebody's really angry, but they look like they're happy, you can feel underneath that current of anger. So this is a wonderful thing, because you can use this particularly when you're working on like career issues. You can get a real sense of the people that you're talking to, if they're really sincere or if they're snowing you, you know, you'll get a good sense. So I want you to research empathic abilities. That's really where I think you have a strong suit. I also do get around you some dream activity, so I feel you have dream prophecy also. And I would encourage you, watch your dreams and make notes on them. Okay. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Georgina Tahario. And she says, hi, Bob. I love watching your videos. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. I'm so glad. that you're here. You know, I'm honored that anybody takes the time to tune in. It's a real blessing to me, and all of you are so wonderful. Thank you. And she says, so do you see anything about love, career, or whatever energy you get? It's all good. Love and many hugs. Oh, Georgina, thank you. It's so sweet. Well, as I step here into your vibration, I'm getting a lot of yellow light around you here. I get pink light and yellow. And yellow light talks about learning. I feel like right now you're coming into a period where you're embracing new knowledge, new skills. You may literally either be in school or going back to school, but I get education around you here. And I feel this is a good time to focus on your skills and your learning. I also get around you pink light. Pink light talks about some emotional healing. And it looks like when I go back through the last 6 months here, you've really been in a place of kind of releasing some hurt from the past. And I feel like you're opening your heart now little by little to connect to people again. And I would encourage you to continue to be open to love. In terms of relationship for you, I feel there is a new start there. I don't get it till around the end of January, but I do feel in the end of January there's a connection here. I always want to call this somebody from the past, almost like a former boyfriend or somebody I feel that's entering your life. I feel like somebody's looking you up, and I get the connection, interestingly, through, it's like Facebook, or it might even be YouTube, but somebody's writing to you, and I feel like you're saying, oh my God, I haven't heard from them forever. And it's kind of a nice connection. So be open to receiving back into your life somebody from your past, okay? But it looks positive, and I do feel like in terms of love, you start that healing process now, and I do feel as we go into 2016, you're ready to kind of be connected to another person, and it'll be positive here around you. So continue to release your pain, ask for Spirit to help you, and you're going to find peace. Okay? Anyways, hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, listen, that is all the time I've got for letters today, but I am so glad you're here. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. Next week, we're going to have another messages. I'm going to try to do those every Tuesday. It's like every Tuesday is going to be Messages Day. And be back here tomorrow because we're going to have the magic of the sapphire. We're going to talk about the mystery and the power of this beautiful blue gem. So you don't want to miss that. So be here tomorrow for that. I'm so glad you're here. Hope you'll like this. Favorite, share it with your friends, subscribe, be part of Spirit Channel. We got videos every day this month. And Psychic Bob is so excited to do it and be with you. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. And tell me, do you like me doing daily videos? Do you enjoy them? And, tell me what you want, okay? I'm so glad you're here. Blessings to all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And, of course, next week we'll have another Messages from the Spirit World.